Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Thandi Gama, and if you're here for this hair and face, then definitely keep on watching. I do hope you stay for the chat because I think it's going to be so much fun. So firstly, before we get into today's topic, I need to give you some information about today's hair sponsor. So this wig is from Celie Hair. It's a 13 by 6 HD lace front body wave wig, and it's 24 inches. I absolutely love this wig. Someone did mention, could I wear the wigs for a while before actually just reviewing, and that is why you do not see me cutting the lace in this wig. I have already worn it before. So what I can say is that I definitely love this wig. The inches are giving, I mean, it's 24. Definitely does look like it's a little bit longer, but I love it. I'm not complaining. So basically, you guys are just going to be watching me do my hair and makeup while I discuss today's topic. So today's topic is small changes I'm making to live out my purpose. So obviously we all start the new year on that note of new year, new me, and an important thing for me was actually finding my purpose on YouTube. Some of my content got a bit boring. Let's be honest, hair videos are so boring. It's the same thing: glue the wig, style it, we all know what happens. So I wanted to make that a little bit more interesting by giving it context and actually sharing topics and talking about things that we all need to be talking about at this stage. So let's start off by addressing the elephant in the room and the fact that I hadn't been posting makeup related content, and it got me thinking about the tweet that I saw in regards to Elisa Ashley switching from makeup and going on to fitness, her fitness journey. And I totally understood that. This community I've built here has sort of like become my family or friends, and that is regarded as a relationship. And I realized that, I've probably made the same mistake of not communicating with you guys when I change a few things here. And I'd totally understand why you'd be upset, because if my boyfriend or my sister or someone changed things in their life and they didn't communicate with me, I'd be like, what the hell is going on that you feel that you cannot talk to me or share something like that with me? So yeah, I also went through a stage where I was just struggling being creative, and I found myself doing the same look that it got so boring. I was just like, you know what, I just need to put this on pause. And I shared more vlogs, and it was a lot of hair videos that you guys found so boring, and I just needed to sit down and think and listen. So going forward, I'm obviously introducing a new way of sharing my content, and I think I've already started making a few changes that are helping me heal and live a better life. And those changes pretty much started towards the end of last year. I started picking on small habits that made living out my purpose a lot easier. So I noticed there was a few things that would give me anxiety, like just finding dishes in the sink the next morning, and items being out of place. I'd use that as an excuse of like, oh, now I need to clean, so I can't do that. So what I decided to do is that I never go to bed with dishes in the sink. I never go to bed with things out of place, because whenever I walk back into the house from the gym, I just need to feel like, oh my gosh, everything is perfect. I can start working, I can film this, I can do that. So that really helped a lot. And then another step that I took, a very important step, was letting go of the old me and not beating myself up for the decisions I've made. Sometimes we focus too much on the things that we cannot change, and that really ends up slowing us down. And I found that it was slowing me down, and when I reached the end of the year, I still felt like there was so much I could have done, and that's because I was too focused on that. So I've found myself in a position where I'm really unlearning a lot of things. You know, one thing about me is that I've always been an overthinker. So I'm learning not to create false scenarios in my head. Because, you know, sometimes I'd be like, why haven't I seen my friend in a week? Are we no longer friends? Or why did this person say this? Do they hate me? Or why don't no one comment? Do they not like it? And sometimes people just don't have anything to say, you know. So not creating false scenarios in my head is a good step to avoid people disappointing me on, or even making decisions on people's behalves. I became a person who needed validation in a way, just from people. I need someone to say, hey, we're still good, hey, we're still friends. And that wasn't okay with me. I needed to let go of that, because happiness needs to come from within. It needs to come from me. It can't come from someone else. It can't come from my friends. It can't come from a partner. I need to be the one that creates the life that I want. So yeah, that was a very, very big step for me. It's hard. Obviously, it's not completely gone. I'm still working on it every single day. But the point is that I took time to notice this and realize that I needed to change, because sometimes you are the red flag. We need to be honest with ourselves and, you know, have these serious chats. So the next step was letting go of wanting to know what happens next in order to make the next move. It's almost as though I was always relying on a cheat sheet on how to do this whole life thing. It's like, if I don't know what's gonna happen after this, then I'm not buying that. If I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or at the end of the thing, I don't want to be there. Like, why can't I just do things, go for it, and see how, you know, everything happens towards the end, you know? So instead of focusing too much on having a cheat sheet, I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna live. You know, so now I find myself that I've chosen to be present and to embrace the uncertainty. And just maybe life is just one big roller coaster. And as much as we're scared, we are meant to enjoy it, because that too ends. You know, a roller coaster is a scary thing. You don't want to go on it because you're like, oh my God, what if I fall? What if, you know, things get stuck? But at the end of the day, that ride will eventually end. And if you go on it and you enjoy it, it's just another moment in life. So there are ups and downs. We are meant to have ups and downs. And things aren't meant to be perfect. And I'm learning to live my life without wanting things to be perfect. It's like this video. This is the second time I recorded it, and I told myself, if it's not perfect this time, it is going up. So there is nothing you're going to do. You're not procrastinating this year. You are not delaying things just because you're looking for small problems that people probably don't even notice. So yeah, and those are the small changes that I've made so far, that I've worked on so far. And it's just February. I don't expect everything to be perfect. And I'm not saying those are the only things I'm working on going forward. I do know that I will work on other things. But I'm so grateful that I've taken the time to make small changes. And I think this is something every single one of us needs to do. Look within ourselves and see what are the problems that we bring to the table, not just what someone else brings to the table. I've started working on myself for the next person, so I never ever feel that the next person is a problem just because I've not worked on myself. But yeah, I know I rambled on a bit too much, but yeah, this is how these videos are gonna go going forward. If you have specific topics that you'd love for me to discuss, please leave them down below. I will list all the makeup products that I used in this video in the description box. And lastly, I'd like to send a special shout out to our hair sponsor for letting me be as creative as I want to be with this video. And hopefully I'll be filming another one very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this is the finished look, and this is how I love styling my hair. Well, specifically long hair and curling it. If you follow my steps, trust me baby, you will have good looking hair, and the curls will last if you just make sure you hold them a little longer. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Till my next video, much love.
Told you you so extra, but I know I'm the same, yeah. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my. All good all day, but the night we be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me we'll be on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know.